Welcome to KENO TV. My name's Mike Dureke. We are in the home of Mr. Felix Maduka, the Anyamba of Newi. Sir, please. This is KENO TV. May we meet you, please?
Thank you, Mike. Thank also KENO TV for giving me this opportunity. My name is Felix Maduka from Umudim in Newi North Local Government Area of Anambra State, Nigeria. I'm known as Anyamba Newi. The title given to me by Newi Sports Club after taking them to Ghana to play a friendly tennis tournament in Sakumono, Ghana in 2011, precisely October. Then in Gabon, I'm being known to, as Akwatuegu in Gabon.
We learned you reside in Abidjan, Ivory Coast. Please, can you tell us your plans for Newi people outside Newi?
My plans for Newi people outside in Newi. You mean in Abidjan or, because in Newi people outside in Newi are we are every. Anyway, we are. I'm one of the leaders of Newi in Ivory Coast. We have been trying to make our people know what it takes to be disciplined and be law-abiding over there in Ivory Coast, and then work hard, knowing the reason why they were there in Ivory Coast, and then bring whatever good they can bring from Ivory Coast down to Newi here in Nigeria to develop their various communities where they come from, which they are really doing great over there. A lot of us are building houses, have built houses here in Newi, which one of us will just did house warming on the 2nd of January this year. So, and a lot of them have done so in the past. We are really happy. Our people are really, working hard over there, and their hard work are really paying for them.
We want to know what your plans is, like to bring in Newi people together. What is your plans trying to bring in Newi people together?
This is really a great and interesting question. As far back as 2001, I was in UK on a medical trip, and then I had a friend who resides in US. We have been calling me to see how I'm feeling, and at a point he told me it's good that I visit US in July that 2001, because the Boston people are hosting the new USA. They called NUSA USA, So he keep on, as we talk many times, he keep on enumerating it to me. Then at a point, I tried to decide to go, and then thoughts of what I'm going there to do started coming to my mind, and then I felt I can't just go there to drink and dine and wine with them without making an input of what we help to develop in Newi, as far as they were there, and that their gathering were for the good of Newi. So great ideas started coming to my mind, and I started putting them in writing for about 3 days. I went there again. I finally went to US on October that year, and then I stayed in his house for about 8 days. One of the days he took me to his senior brother's house who works with his CMS. He's an engineer, engineer Kokeke. And then when he was asking me about Newi, the development and what is happening.
Sorry, in USA, who is Njineke Okeke, please?
Kokeke is a senior brother of that my friend Nane Okeke, who works with he works with a CMS over there, in US, in Boston, USA. So he asked me a lot of questions about Newi and how Newi developing, and then politics of Newi, because as of then, Umudin was supposed to produce local government chairman of Newi then, you know. So it was at that point I started telling him that I was somehow disappointed that Anene didn't present my write-up to the organizing committee of Newi USA on their last convention. So at that point he started asking questions, asking him why, which he gave him his reasons, and then at the point he told me, if I would like to venture in politics to contest for new local government chairmanship, as I'm from Umudim, which I told him no, that I don't want politics in Nigeria, as far as the concept is kind of do or die, that I don't want to get myself involved, because it's not a combat of ideology to my own understanding, the way politics is supposed to be played, where you convince people through your ideology what we do for them, and then if they consider what you present before them as something that will help them and change their life, then they will vote for you.
Sorry, if I may ask, please, what was his reasons why he could not present your write-up to that of the union when they had their gathering up there in US?
His reason was just like he don't want to get involved on that project, because if it will take his time, he might be involved as one of the people who will pivot it and make it see the light of the day.
So, sir, I heard you say local government chairman. It's like your people want you to come out in that aspect. How do you see it?
When you have great ideas, that you can sell to people, and then that can be transformed into reality. People we like those who understand that the importance of great ideas that can be transformed into reality, that can change the society. We like to align with you, making sure that those dreams, those aspirations come true. The understanding about politics in Nigeria doesn't change to what you can be able to give out to your people, and then people are basically, have feeling of what they can gain in return, because it's kind of business. So I don't want to risk my life or get involved. Instead, I will try to play my own role under that project which I was trying to champion then. So.
Sorry, what is the name of the project you want to champion, sir?
The name of that project then, I called it USA for Newi, Continuous Development in the New Millennium. In the sense that our Newi people have been going to US, migrating to US, helping to build the economy, contributing to their development, and then leaving our homeland undeveloped. So I kind of said that concept to them now, New for USA, in that new millennium, that was when we entered the new millennium. That's the year 2000. So I feel that sending that idea to them to think home for development for New will be a great thing for them to understand, knowing that home is home. We have to bring in something outside, because you can't get everything to make your life conducive for you to live in your home. Then you have to travel out to get what you don't have to come home and develop your homeland. So that was when that concept. That was how that concept came in, bringing in Nnewi people in USA or around the world to come down to Nnewi to continue to start to invest and develop in Nnewi.
I liked more on that of the project as you were saying, please.
Even though at that time it didn't work out well because of some constraint and I would say some circumstances, but we are trying to activate it in another way, which we call today Organihun Nnewi project. Which is being coordinated by Agunzen Nnewi Azoka Onwoka. It's under everything about it on the pipeline because in Nnewi here today, if you look around or try to drive through our communities or villages, you see that just me using that aspect as an example. People doesn't consider, general interest. People always consider their interest. For example, when people build house, they don't consider giving enough space for access road. They just narrow the whole thing. So you find out that when somebody is doing an event, people hardly see a parking space. So these are the kind of impression we want to bring in and enable people to be mindful and draw the attention of the local authorities. If there's any development plan and they enforce it on the people so that they will be able to, when they are building, they have to, like an Ivory Coast, specifically in Abidjan where I live. Before anybody sell a parcel of land, you must have a plan. You must have approval from the authority. If it doesn't approve it, if you're selling it illegally, and that land can be taken away from that person, anytime.
Okay, so we appreciate your ideas, and we pray God that the ideas will not just die like that. Rather, it will come to see the limelight. Your name, Maduka, sounds together with Nigeria known as Chief Cosmos Maduka, the CEO of Costa Rica. Is there somehow related? Are they?
Yeah. We are first cousins.
Lost his wife. Were you part of it? As in the burial? How was it? Can you please highlight a little bit on it?
Anyway, her demise was really a very big shock to all of us very close to her. Her husband, her children, her associates, myself personally, have a very close relationship with her. Because I will say she's my mentor. Anytime in Nigeria, I always visit her. We discuss a lot of things, way for the family, But we can't question God. We have just finished doing the burial, and we thank God for everything went fine. People from all walks of life came. But only that it took a lot away from me in the sense that since I came into Nigeria, Nnewi on the 26th of December, I was much occupied on the arrangement of preparation for the burial. But I really give thanks to God that everything went fine. But we all have consolation that she lived a very remarkable, good life that everybody testifies goes about her. That's where we really get consolation that he is with God in the heavenly above.
Yeah, actually, we are very, very sorry. Accept our condolences. We'll pray God to grant the family the fortitude to bear the loss. Still KENO TV with Mr. Felix Maduka, the Anyamba one of Nnewi. So we would like to know about your business.
Well, first of all, the name of my company there in Ivory Coast is Sofadi Côte d'Ivoire. We're into auto care products, more especially on agro products, which is really a household name in Nigeria here too. We are trying to really play, take our own share of the market there, even though it's not easy to do business in a French country. But we are trying our best to, to fit ourselves in and then take our own share of the market. It has not been easy. We also have a partnership with a Ghanaian in Ghana. We represent a company known as Lucas Mill Pty Australia Limited. We are into sawmill machines, and we did the spare parts too on the sawmill. We are the sole agent of that in West Africa.
Can you greet your customers, your friends and well-wishers in the French word in their language as well? Can you do that?
Yeah, what's well. Je parle bien le français, mais je ne suis pas très parfait en français, mais je parle quand même le français. D'abord, je vais dire bonjour, bonsoir à tous les amis de Côte d'Ivoire, du Gabon et du Congo, du Burkina, du Sénégal, toutes ces communautés que j'ai l'opportunité de croiser au Gabon et en Côte d'Ivoire. Et nous avons très belles relations, et soit en business, soit au sport tennis que j'aime beaucoup. Vous voyez, donc je les souhaite très joyeuse bonne fête de Nouvel An plutôt. Et que cette année 2022 soit une bonne année de bonheur et puis de réussite dans toute notre activité, soit ceux qui sont dans l'administration, ceux qui sont au business, surtout nos clients au niveau du Côte d'Ivoire. J'espère que cette année va apporter très bonne réussite pour nous deux, et puis notre collaboration sera encore dans un bon endroit, et puis que notre business va toujours augmenter de plus en plus. Et donc j'espère que tous les challenges que nous croisons quotidiennement dans nos vies, qu'on va toujours surpasser ça, et puis que nous les Africains doivent connaître qu'en paix qu'on va toujours progresser, en paix qu'on va toujours développer notre cher continent, notre cher pays, notre chère communauté. Quand on travaille pour le bien-être de tout le monde, que Dieu va nous toujours guider. Dieu va nous toujours ouvrir de grandes portes pour la réussite. Que cette année soit encore une très bonne année de réussite pour nous tous. Je vous remercie.
Thank you very much. The language you had is French language. It means that the man speaks English, speaks French as well, Igbo fluently as well. This is KENO TV. My name is Mike Dureke. Can you throw a little light on Nigeria and its infrastructure presently?
Thank you very much for this question. I will just say that in Nigeria, and especially these are part of the world, or part of Nigeria, the eastern part of Nigeria. The infrastructural development wasn't really quite, you know, something to write home about. We are really still expecting government to really do the needful. It's just like the understanding and perception of people when you talk about maybe you need a good road, you need water, you need electricity just to lighten up your house and all that. People will say you may feel that you're talking politics. But these things were just necessities of life that under normal circumstances, these are public service providers, which in the reasons of it, government is supposed to create an enabling environment for these infrastructures to be continuously being developed and being put in place for people's consumption, because people pay for these services. They're not being given to people free. Supposed to have been developed more than we are today.
Please, if I may ask, the color giant of Africa, from where you're coming from in Abidjan, how do you compare Nigeria and Abidjan and in terms of infrastructure and development and the government at large?
Honestly, Nigeria is giant of Africa based on our size, based on our what got attributed to us: human resources, natural resources, call it whatever. If we're managing these things very well the way it's supposed, the wind of it can blow and cover the rest of West Africa, if not Africa. It can influence other African countries to develop. Nigeria will have been like even more than US in terms of development, because what it needs to take, developing our human capital, investing in education that we can be like an instrument that pivots development, where people because educated societies is bound to be civilized society.
How do you compare Nigeria and Abidjan and in terms of infrastructure and development and the government at large?
Honestly, Nigeria is giant of Africa based on our size, based on our what got attributed to us: human resources, natural resources, call it whatever. If we're managing these things very well the way it's supposed, the wind of it can blow and cover the rest of West Africa, if not Africa. It can influence other African countries to develop. Nigeria will have been like even more than US in terms of development, because what it needs to take, developing our human capital, investing in education.
Still with Mr. Felix Maduka, the Anyamba one of Newi. Sir, is there anything you would like to say concerning your community, Umudimpa, here in Newi?
I will say I will thank God for making me to be part of this community, which is a very peaceful and calm community. God also blessed us with, individuals like Dr. Cosmas Madoka and a whole lot of others. For me to mention, if I start mentioning names, maybe some people might feel that, I neglected them. We appreciate the contribution of each of them, especially some of our brothers that in US, Kennedy, Okonkwo, Onyeka Osakwe, Mwagwata, Nandi, Chukwukeme. They are all pulling resources together, making contributions individually and collectively, and even including this our late wife, Mrs. Charity Madoka. because I will say she's a motivator, she's an inspirator, to each and every one of us. Anytime there's issue of monetary contribution for any project in our village, she was always the first person to contribute something. That's why this community, we really miss her a lot. You know,
KENO TV Live. Still with Mr. Felix Maduka, the number one of Newi. Sir, is there anything you would like to say concerning your community, Umudimpa, here in Newi?
uh, I will say I will thank God for making me to be part of this community, which is a very peaceful and calm community. God also blessed us with, you know, individuals like Dr. Cosmas Madoka and a whole lot of others. For me to mention, if I start mentioning names, maybe some people might feel that, oh, I neglected them. We appreciate the contribution of each of them, especially some of our brothers that in US, Kennedy, Konkwo, Onyek Osakwe, Mwagwata here, Nandi, Chukukeme. They are all pulling resources together, making contributions individually and quality, and even including this our late wife, Mrs. Charity Madoka, because I will say she's a motivator, she's an inspirator, to each and every one of us. Anytime there's issue of monetary contribution for any project in our village, she was always the first person to contribute something. That's why this community, we really miss her a lot. We believe that government will also, as we individual will doing our own government, in as much as we, the people of the community, we are doing our best to uplift our community and making our own contribution in terms of area of security, in terms of area of, living in peace, and then helping each other in any way we can. I believe by God's grace, our community Dinkwa, we will bring it to the state of our own dream that our children and future generation will be proud of.
Amen to that, because it's a dream. This is a light that you people have liked, and I pray that the light continue to shine. This is KENO TV Live with Mr. Felix Maduka, the number one. This is KENO TV. Sir, we want to thank you for your time, and we pray God to bless and multiply you over there in Abidjan. Let your dreams come true. Ladies and gentlemen, KENO TV Live. My name is Mike Dureke. Watch us on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Like our page, share it. More is coming your way very soon. Thank you, and God bless.